I'm going to go ahead and introduce the band board who served this past year. We have a few of our members that are leaving us this year. Their children are graduating, and so they're moving on with their kids, much to our dismay. But when I call your name, band board, if you all would come up here, please, and line up in front of the table. Serving as our vice president this year, I can't say enough about this woman, Linda Brawley. And a lot of people, what does a vice president do? Well, what does the vice president not do is more of the question. Linda's responsible for this tonight, so I think we need another hand. And Linda is just, man, she is there whenever you need anything. And really, you couldn't, if you got a board or if you're on a committee, you want her by your side, that's for sure. And she's done a tremendous job, and we're so thankful that she's been with us this year. And we're so thankful we're not losing her. We get her again. Okay, so then, serving as our fundraising chair was Sandy Whitaker. Was very busy this year because, I don't know if y'all noticed, but we did a lot of fundraising. It seemed like every time I turned around there was another fundraiser going on. In fact, is there one going on right now? No? Okay. Anyway, Sandy's been with us for 3 years and has been done an awesome job. 3 years, right? Four, sorry. She's been with us 4 years. So we're very grateful to Sandy and all that she's done for us. Heading up our chaperones was Heather Johnson. Correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, but I think she's been with us 2 years. There we go. Yeah, and so she's been in charge of all the chaperones at the fall football games. Anytime the band goes anywhere and we need some chaperones, she was making sure that happened and making sure all of our kids were watched over and taken care of. It's such an important job, and we're very grateful that she was with us. Our uniforms, Lorinda Sack. Linda and I were just bonding over a bowl of salad back there, and she turned to me and she said, you know, nobody told me exactly what my job description was last year. She had no idea what she was in for, but she's another person who's just jumped right in there. This is her first year with us, correct? Yep. And we get her for another year, which is really nice too. But she was the one in that uniform shop, along with Linda. Linda jumped in and was helping with uniforms this past, and they both did a tremendous job making sure our kids looked great and had every single piece of those uniforms that they needed each and every time that they stepped out onto the field. So we're tremendously grateful for her. Our secretary this year, and in charge of our mass email, was Susan Kale. And boy, Susan was right in there doing everything secretarial for us and sending out all those messages anytime we needed anything. And I tell you, she's always right there with a big, huge smile on her face, and it's just a pleasure to work alongside Susan. Who am I missing? Treasurer. Our treasurer was Miss Cindy Edenfield. She's not, can't let that money leave her side. Anyway, Cindy has been with us 2 years now, working on the money. And so we're terrifically thankful for her and all of her expertise, because she's been doing that a lot throughout the high school, I believe, on the football team and for a lot of organizations. So we're really thankful to have her by our side this year. Pit crew, Joe Pagano. embarrassed to say, I lost count of how many years. Three years he's been with us, and we still have you, right? Yep. Pit Crew. You're probably wondering what Pit Crew does. They do a lot. They are in charge of kind of loading up everything, all the big stuff, the trailers, and moving everything for all of our shows during competition season and marching band and stuff. So he has been crucial to the success of our program. I want to give a huge thank you to Linda's husband, Mr. Brawley, who did a lot of video. That we can have. So thankful to him for any time I've missed a game or missed something that he was right there videotaping it for us. And then also photographing our events, Paula and Chris Toole. Okay, so like I said, we have two of our members that are leaving this year. Sandy Whitaker and Heather Johnson are leaving us. We feel too. So we have a little bit of a parting gift for them, but we're very thankful for all the years that you've given us, and you will be hard to replace. In fact, Sandy's so hard to replace that we still don't have somebody to handle our fundraising for next year. Please, if you're interested, please let us know. It's a really crucial part of our team, and we won't throw you in the deep end and expect you to swim. We'll be right there alongside. There's a lot of institutional memory up here, and we work as a team. And so if you're interested at all in doing fundraising, please contact one of our people here and let us know so we can get you started. We do have somebody who's going to take over for chaperones, and that person is Miss Tiffany Futo. Could you stand? And that you'll be working with us next year. We look forward to it. So I have some gifts for them, and give another round of applause for your board.
Okay, good evening. Our turn now. So I want to start by thanking you all for being here tonight. I think this is the biggest crowd we've had at an awards night in a long time, which we are very, very thankful that you all have shown up to support the successes of all the band students this year, so that's awesome. We just got done recognizing our booster board, but I want to recognize the people that I'm going to say they probably work harder than me. So if this applies to you, stand up. If you chaperoned for us this year, or you worked in the concession stand, or you waited in the parking lot for your kid to get picked up from marching band practice and it was 9,000 degrees, will you please stand so we can recognize you? I will tell you that parental support is so important to what we do with your students here at Evans High School. So from us to you, thank you very much. The next group of people I want to recognize is maybe people that all of you as adults, you're not exactly sure who they are, but they help us throughout the year to prepare your students for marching band competitions and auditions and making sure we look good, sound good, stay in tempo, have enough color on the field. Okay, so all people's whose creative brains are much better than mine. So we want to thank our staff for this year. So first, I want to start by thanking Mr. Steve Pruitt from Evans Middle School. New joining us this year, we were very fortunate to find some more Evans graduates who decided they needed something to do in their free time and wanted to work with us. So new with us this year, I'd like to thank Mr. Dwayne Borba, who is our percussion instructor. And then who really keeps me on my toes, because I have to say no a lot. And I have a young child at home, and no is not my strong suit. But I've learned to say no a lot to our new color guard instructor, Mr. Todd Mason. And last but not least, sharing all the joys of your students with me on a daily basis. The good, the bad, the dramatic, the ugly, the crying, the sitting around for the past 2 weeks doing nothing. That's what your students are doing these days. Mr. Alberti. Oh, this year we have so much to celebrate and so much for your students as members of this band to be proud of, to be thankful of. So we're going to run through some of the recognition things from this year. So we'll talk about groups individually, starting from the beginning of the year and then coming up to recent years. So first, if any students who participated in football marching band, will you please stand? So our football marching band, this year we were about 180 strong. They provided you with the sounds of Fall Out Boy during marching season, entertained the football crowds, marched in the Martinez Evans Christmas Parade. And then we have our competition band. Would those people please sing? Competition band, if you will stay standing, just to give you an idea of their success from this year. Their first competition, they brought home awards for high music, high percussion, high color guard, third place overall. Their second competition, they were the second place 3A band, second place color guard, second place percussion. And then their final competition for this season, they were second place 3A band, second place percussion, first place drum major, and first place color guard. So congratulations. The next group of students will be students who took the opportunity to participate in honor band clinics throughout the year. These are extra things that students do not have to do. They apply to me. It's sort of a music application where they tell me their strengths, where they think they are strongest musically, and then I send that information off to different universities, and universities choose students to come and participate in their band clinics. So I'll call these students' name. Our first band clinic of the year was the Winthrop University Band Clinic in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The students that participated in that were Wyatt Hayes, Jasmine Lee, Nolan Whitaker, Abby Brooks, and Tyler Watson. Our second honor band that the students had the opportunity to apply for the year was the University of Georgia Jam Fest. Students can participate either on their instrument, and they also have a color guard, so color guard will recognize you in just a minute. But the band students who attended that were Wyatt Hayes, Jasmine Lee, Tyler Watson, Nolan Whitaker, Alicia Sanchez, Sam Rickerson, Abby Brooks, and Amarian Utley. And then our color guard students who participated in Jan Fest. They just go for one day, learn as much as they possibly can from UGA flag members. So if you are a Color Guard member who participated in Jan Fest, will you please stand? The next group of students are those who chose to audition for the District 10 District Honor Band. This honor band is a little more selective in that the students have to audition in order to be selected for that band. They travel and they perform a series of scales and sight reading, and then the top students in the district are chosen for that band. This year at Evans, we had 50 students who signed up to audition and about 21 students who were chosen for the band. So if you were chosen for District Honor Band, will you please sing? As part of the District Honor Band audition, students can also choose to audition or not to audition for the Georgia All-State Band. And the Georgia All-State Band, the audition requirements are a little more strenuous, and you actually have to pass that first audition onto a second audition, and then pass the second audition in order to make it into the Georgia All-State Band. This year we had several students who made it on to that second audition, and one student who made the All-State Band. So first, if you made it through to that second audition, will you please stand?
Woo! Yeah!
And then we were very fortunate this year to have one student represent us for the Georgia All-State Band, and this same student went through a very, very, very tedious 5-step interview, playing audition to be selected to perform and participate in the Governor's Honors Program. So chosen for All-State Band and Governor's Honors Program was Jasmine Lee. Once we get through all these honor bands and things, it comes time for LGPE, which is our most stressful time of the year. We were joking earlier and said it's the worst time of the year, but it's a good opportunity for our students to really spend some detailed time on music, and then we go and perform for adjudicators who give us a rating. So first of all, if you are in concert band, will you please stand up? This year, concert band earned a superior rating for their stage performance and a superior in sight reading. So congratulations to you. Symphonic band students also earned a superior in their stage performance and in sight readings. So if you will please stand. And our wind ensemble students also earned a superior on their stage performance and a superior in sight reading. If you will please stand. Next, another audition for the district was the District 10 Honor Jazz Band. So much like the District 10 Honor Band, where students have to audition and pass that audition to participate in the band, the district does the same thing with an Honor Jazz Band. That group is considerably smaller, and the audition requirements are different. This year we had 3 students who were chosen and selected for the District 10 Honor Jazz Band, and those students were Jasmine Lee, Max Childs, and White Hayes. And then the last group of students I want to recognize, well, no, I got two more I like. Last Thursday, we did our first annual Color Guard Showcase. And what that consisted of was our Color Guard students who have chosen to stay enrolled in the class for the whole year. I was like, well, you have to do something, so I'm going to let you choreograph your own routines and organize your own event and invite people to come, and that will be your final exam grade. So this year we had our first annual Color Guard Showcase, which will now become a much bigger deal. But if you were one of the Color Guard members who performed on that showcase, will you please stand? And hopefully you're able to tell if you're looking when students are standing to be recognized. We have so many students who take advantage of so many parts of our program. And the good thing about our program is those of you who are as parents who are sitting there and you're like, well, I want my student to do that, or I want them to do that. We try and push them, but you just keep pushing them. Okay, we have so many ways for them to be involved. They can be involved in as much or as little as they want to, and we love them all. The last group of students that I want to recognize, this group of students, they are students who have room in their schedules, and they are enrolled in multiple band classes because they love us so much. They realize how lucky they are to have two bald band directors, and they want to spend as much time with us as they can. These students help us in a number of ways. They help us to file music, they make copies for us, and they fill out other bands. Like if we need another baritone player, then they learn to play the baritone. If we need a trombone player, they learn to play the trombone. So those students who are enrolled in more than one band class, will you please stand?
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Anthony Alberti. We're going to move on to our musicianship awards for this evening. This will be for the students that have scored a 90 or higher on every playing test that they've completed throughout this year. So whenever you get called, just come up, shake Mr. Bradley's hand, and he'll give you a nice little certificate. Okay. Lily Alvarez. Kira Allen. Nathan Beasley. Abby Brooks. Christian Kale. Tyler Kale. Ariana Chang. Brian Chuck. Alicia Kupad. Deja Curry. Willie Dykes. Kaylee Hendricks. Eric Geiger. Wyatt Hayes. Lexi Johnson. Lauren Kronka. Cameron Lancaster. Daniel Lee. Jackson Lee. Jacob Lindy. Sarah Mayer. Jill Marosco. Hannah Clay. Juliana McGahee. Gabe Melvin. Paul Mashad. Mitchell McCartney. Zania Nguyen. Kaylee Austin. Alicia Prasad. Jaden Samuel. Josh Mercedes. Raina Samuel. Addison Simpson. Alexis Taylor. Anderson Waddell. Tyler Watson. And Nolan Whitaker. Okay, let's give a round of applause.
Okay, the next group of students we want to recognize are the students who served as part of our student leadership team this year. So students, when you hear your name, if you can please come forward, and then if we can hold our applause to the end, I'm not going to race Mr. Alberti like he raced me. So first, we would like to recognize this year's band captain, Michaela Griffin. Next are our drum majors, Abby Brooks and Nolan Whitaker. Next was our woodwind lieutenant, Jasmine Lee. Our brass lieutenant, Bobby Dickey. Our percussion lieutenant, Will Sapp. This year, our color guard leadership was Amber Dees. Also color guard leadership, Emily Powell. Also color guard leadership, Linda Brinson. And our majorette captain was Emily Ball. Okay, now on to our section leaders. Snare drum section leader this year was Connor Eisenhower. Tenor section leader was Tyler Kale. Bass drum section leader was Sam Riplich. And our front ensemble section leader was Christine Chambers. Our flute section leaders this year were Jasmine Mitchell and Ashton Perry. This year's clarinet section leader was Cynthia Cordova. This year's alto saxophone section leader was Alex Sanchez. Our low reed section leader was Isaiah Uni. Trumpet section leaders were Patrick Rimby and Grayson McDaniel. Mellophone section leaders were Wyatt Hayes and Megan Browley. Baritone section leader was Sam Rickerson. Tuba section leader was Tyler Watson. Our equipment managers, who make sure all of our equipment are where it needs to be at the right time and signed out to the right people, Andrew McClendon and Noah Uni. And our band librarians for the year. Band librarians are very important because they get all when students forget to turn in music after a concert, and it is April, and they are filing away the music from the concert that we had in November, then these ladies are the ones that have to do all that. So our band librarians for this year, Lorelei Colbert and Juliana McGee. So let's give this year's student leadership team another hand. Our next award that we're giving out is a new award. So yay for new. This is it's another marching band award, and this is the National School Marching Band Award. As you can imagine, with 180 students on the field, it's very easy to see all the things that are going wrong. When we're trying to teach and we're trying to clean things, and it's like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. But there's one student this year who, when we thought back through marching season, there was always one student that we always use as the example who was doing it correctly. They were always at attention at the correct time. They were always in step. They were always marching with the correct style, the correct posture. So we chose to give this award for that student who embodies what we should look like on the marching band field. So this year's National School Marching Band Award goes to Owen Radke.
Okay, the next awards we're going to start handing out are the Guard Letters and Bars. So in order for these students to receive these, the students have to complete 2 consecutive years of participation in the program, and they have to have participated in all the performances that are eligible for them. I want to start off by saying that I am so impressed with this Color Guard program here at Evans High School. It is completely growing. They've gone through a lot of different changes that are happening. I think they have a very strong foot forward, and I'm so excited to see where we go in the next couple of years. So give the Color Guard, just in general, a round of applause. Okay, so receiving the bars, the first person, Emily Ball. Brenda Brinson. Amber Dees. Jillian Morosco. Sarah Morosco. Abigail Morgan. Haley Morris. Emily Powell. Alicia Prasad. Chloe Rouse. Ann Sample. Hannah Urbana. And Courtney Woodcox. The next students will be receiving their letters from the Tori Davis. Selena Johnson. Maya Mackey. Madeline Severin. And Amari Nutley. Go ahead and give these students a round of applause.
Hello. So I'm going to give out the National School Color Guard Award, and I didn't know I was doing that until I got here, so which is fine. So let me explain something. I've only known these two young ladies for 5 weeks in marching band season when I arrived in mid-September. So I only have to go on those 5 weeks, pretty much. What I did notice, both fantastic young ladies, good leadership qualities in different ways. What I did notice, though, in one particular lady is that, because it was kind of chaos, this color guard team I'm the third coach in 3 months. So, yeah, so it was kind of chaos, and she really helped keep the kids calm and in her own way. But one thing I noticed most was that while I was rewriting the whole show to make it better for the band and for the kids, is she not only did she grasp onto her role, but she would start, without even me saying anything, she would just go over and start working with people, and here's how you do it, and here's what you do, and then she would even help people with their drill. I didn't even have to ask her. She just, just that kind of a leader. And so it was very impressive. The award goes to Heather Story. And the next award is Most Improved Color Guard. Is this a new award as well? So this is a new award for Color Guard, and this person has not, I don't think has missed, we started having winter rehearsals for the first time in December. She's been at every single winter rehearsal leading up to tryouts. Just gets better and better, not only in her skills and her technique, but as a leader as well. And most improved is Journey Lark.
Okay, the next portion is for jazz. So the jazz letters and bars are given for the students that have participated in our 2 semesters that we've done of jazz. They showed up to every rehearsal and they participated in the concerts that we've had for both. Receiving their bars will be Max Childs, Wyatt Hayes, Samia Johnson, Jacob Lindy, Christian Sabo, Addison Simpson, Mara Sutton, Marion Utley, and Tyler Watson. Students receiving their letters are Jasmine Lee, Kira Bauer, Lauren Kronka, Haley Edwards, Lance Moxley, Nathan Beasley, Owen Radke, Alicia Todd, Megan Raleigh, Caleb Hutchins.
Give them another hand. The next group of students earning letters are earning their band letter. And band letter is the most difficult thing to earn because it has some pretty strict requirements. But students to earn a band letter have to do the following things. First of all, is they have to be fully involved in the band program, which means they participate in concert band and marching band. As part of marching band, they have to earn rank, which means they pass off their music by a certain deadline, and they get a minimum passing score on that music. They have to have received the musicianship award, which we gave out first, and the requirements for that is they have to earn a 90 or better on all of their playing assessments throughout the year. They have to participate in District 10 events, which means they audition for District Honor Band and participate in large group performance evaluation. Okay? So all those steps for students to letter in band. First, we have 5 students who are receiving a bar because they have already lettered in band, and those students are Tyler Kale, Jasmine Lee, Juliana McGilvey, Tyler Watson, and Nolan Whitaker. The next group of students who are lettering in band for the first time. So these are students who this is their first time meeting all of those requirements. These students are Kira Bauer, Abby Brooks, Christian Kale, Brian Chung, Willie Dykes, Daniel Lee, Jillian Morosco, Paul Mashad, Mitchell Nadkarni, Jaden Samuel, Joshua Samuel, Alexandra. And Alicia Sanchez. So again, these are the students who are earning their band letter or a bar. So please give them another hand. Okay, we skipped an award, so we're going to backtrack a little bit. The Woody Herman Jazz Award. This is an award that we've given out a couple times. It's not something we give out every year, but when we see that there's a student in our jazz program who we feel is deserving, so this is a high honor for those students who participate in jazz band. This student in particular was a member of our jazz band last year. They performed here at Evans with us. They auditioned and made it into the district honor jazz band then, and then they did that again this year. Auditioned, and then again performed with the District 10 Honor Jazz Band, which, as I mentioned earlier, is an audition process. So this year's Woody Herman Jazz Award goes to Max Child.
All right, the next award is our Outstanding Freshman Award. And I want you to understand what's so beautiful about band is that we get these students usually started in 6th grade, and they usually go all the way up till 12th grade. These students are coming in usually with 4 years of experience. The freshmen usually, their eyes are wide open when they come into high school because it's such a different experience when they get to have things such as marching band, staying after school constantly, almost living in the band room, majority of these students throughout their day. The freshman award was a little bit challenging for us because there's so many outstanding freshmen. We couldn't decide on just one, so we chose to do 2 this year. The outstanding freshmen, these are 2 students that are very, very highly qualifying musicians. They are extremely talented on their instruments. They are always willing to help. They always show up to everything. They're more than willing to lend a hand anytime we ask them. The Outstanding Freshman Award this year goes to Daniel Lee and Alicia Kufal. The next award is the Outstanding Sophomore Award. And this student has completely taken me for shock this year in the amount of growth that they have had. They are someone that literally any second of the day that they have the chance to come into the band room, they don't just come to sit down and talk and just hang out or go do something. They go in and practice. And I can't tell you how much growth they've had from freshman year to their sophomore year. They are most definitely going to be a leader in our program one day and kind of be just an idol or someone to look up to get to the ability that they've gotten to in such a short period of time. The Outstanding Sophomore Award goes to Jacob Lindy.
The next award was another hard one. It's the Outstanding Junior Award. So we again decided to do 2. The Outstanding Junior Award, the 2 students who are receiving those awards are just like the 2 freshman awards that we give out. These are students who are very high achieving in our program. They are involved in every aspect of our program, where it's marching band, concert band, jazz band. They audition for district events. They find extra things to be involved in. They helped us out in the spring and performed in the spring musical here at Evans High School. We're very fortunate to have them. This year, the Outstanding Junior Award goes to Wyatt Hayes and Jasmine Lee. The next award is the Holly Spivey Award. And for those of you who have been around the Evans Band program, you know that the Holly Spivey Award probably bears a little more weight than the others. For those of you who are new here, Holly Spivey was a band student who was a member of the Evans High School band here many years ago, who was killed in a house fire. She and her family were killed in a house fire. She was a junior in the band, and this award was created to commemorate her. So the student, I was telling some of the students this morning, I did not personally know Holly, so every year when I am choosing who to give this award to, the award always goes to a junior, but who to give that award to, I always call up the band director who was here before me, and I'm like, hey, remind me of things about Holly that made you all start this award, because we think it's important to give this award to students who have that passion for band and that passion for people like Holly did. So very special award to our program, and this year the Holly Spivey Award goes to Abby Brooks.
Okay, the next award is the Merit Award. This is in recognition of outstanding contributions, leadership, and service to the Evans High School band program. This student is always another one of those willing to help. It seems like we have a lot of those. Always willing to help, very fine musician, and is just always accountable in every aspect of the program, participating and thriving through. The Merit Award goes to Megan Brawley. Okay, the next award is the Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award. This award was started last year. It is in recognition of someone that just has a very high quality musical ability, who is kind of above the top with a lot of the things that we do. The person that's receiving this, I give them a hard time a lot of times, and kind of use them as a guinea pig a lot of times over the last year that I've been here. They are a senior, and I'm very going to miss them, very much so going to miss them this year as they go away, because I can't use them with their ability of perfect pitch, and that person is Daniel McLeod.
Next is the Director's Award. I almost hate that we call it that. It should be the Student Award, because this student is a student who is always around. They're always around, and no matter what I need them to do, I may need them to put up chairs, or I may need them to take out the trash, or I may need them to clean up one of the storage rooms. But this student's always there. They're always very polite. Yes, sir, no, sir. They never ask any questions when I'm like, hey, can you go take out the trash? They're like, Mr. Bradley, I don't even take out the trash at home. You know, so we're trying to, but this student, very, very valuable to our program, very willing to help. They are a senior. I have no doubt that they will be very successful once they leave Evans High School and move on into their career. But this year's Director's Award goes to Grayson McDaniel. And the next two awards, the Patrick Gilmore Band Award and the John Philip Sousa Band Award, both go to seniors, and they are the two awards to honor the students that we feel not only represent what we view as important qualities of a student in band, but they also represent themselves well around their peers within the school. These are two awards that once I get my list narrowed down, you know, there are a couple of teachers who I know these students have had, so I will go to those students or to those teachers and then get their feedback, because sometimes the way they are in band is not the way they are in the rest of the building. So I like to make sure that when we're giving these awards that it's to students who represent the band well outside of the band room and inside the band room. So first, the Patrick Gilmore Band Award this year goes to Bobby Dickey. And the John Philip Sousa Band Award goes to Nolan Whitaker. And one more time, all the students, let's give them all another round of applause. I will tell you, as I said at the beginning, we've had a very successful year. We have students who work very hard. We have a band program here that not because of us, but because of your students, that they definitely have something to be proud of. As Todd said earlier, he came in kind of late in our process. And he's repeatedly said that we have a very well-kept secret here at Evans High School, but we are trying our best to make sure more people know who we are and what we're about. So again, to all of you, thank you for supporting your students, and students, thank you for performing at such a high level. Our seniors, the class of 2019, when I call your name, if you will please come forward, and if you'll hold your applause to the end. We have Brian Austin, Emily Ball, Madison Bell, Owen Brantley, Madison Chesser, Bobby Dickey, Taylor Feldhouse, Michaela Griffin, Connor Eisenhower, Grayson McDaniel, Daniel McLeod, Amanda Mitchell, Abigail Morgan, Courtney Nielsen, Emily Powell, Rebecca Ranieri, Sam Rickerson, Patrick Rimby. Alex Sanchez. William Sapp. Heather Story. Daria Terry. Neftali Ventus. Jacob Benson. Nolan Whitaker. And Courtney Woodcox. And those are your band seniors. Give them a round.
Okay, so we're now doing the changing of the guard, which is where we switch out all the old leadership from this past year to the new leadership. So each section has something that they pass down to the next set of leaders. So for color guard, last year we started a binder, and it has all kinds of stuff for the future leaders. We also have a spirit stick that we have been passing down for several years now. And then since recently, instead of doing 2 captains for guard, we started doing 3. I decided to make each of them a spirit stick. So now we have 3 spirit sticks, 1 to stay in the guard room and 1 for each of the captains. And there's color guard leadership. Jillian Rasco. Squad Captain Amber Dees. Dance Captain Linda Brinson. And Majorette / Saber Captain, Annie Sample. Your 2019-2020 color guard and Majorette leadership. Okay, everybody. I was this year's band captain. Hi. Okay, so next year's band captain is someone I have worked closely with, and they have been quite the honor to work with. They've been very hardworking. I've seen them grow into a better musician every single day, month, since last year. When they first came here, they were just really cool. Right now, they say not to look up to younger people, but I really look up to this person. I wish that I had worked really hard as this person has. And I'm glad we're keeping it in the family. Wyatt Hayes.
I'm next.
person I've also worked with very closely. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bobby Dickey. I'm the brass lieutenant, and soon to not be the brass lieutenant. But this person I've worked with very closely this past year. He's always been there, always doing anything really I asked for him to do. Worked with other people, especially with the new freshmen who are rolling around who are now 8th graders. And that person is Tyler Watson.
Hey guys. The next person is pretty cool. He plays drums, so he's automatically the best. I practice his name also. His name, the next lieutenant is Mitchell Nacarney.
Also, someone's embarrassed to brag that they were able to keep their position after many more applicants, but Jasmine Lee will be our woodland lieutenant for next year.
Hey everyone. I have a giant baton that we're going to be passing down from drum major to drum major. Yeah, so this year was awesome. This was probably my favorite year and the best year that I've seen Evans in a long time. I'm very proud of what we did, and I'm very proud of the drum majors. You know, we got first place. It's no big deal. Okay, so your 2019-2020, wait, is that right? Yeah. There we go. Drum majors will be Abby Brooks and Andrew McClendon.
Congratulations, all of you. Give them a hand.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, okay. Surprise, surprise. So, we have some gifts for Mr. Bradley and Mr. Alberti. We just want to thank y'all for molding us and shaping us into the people that we are now. And
So the first thing we got was a collage of all the highlights from this year, including Master Bradley. Yeah, we got Tribal Effect right there. All the officers and leaders, the parade, Hawaii, His Beautiful Family, and all the trophies we won.
All right. As all of the students know, Alberti's a very positive person. He carries around a coffee mug that says, "Today is a good day for a good day." He's always in a good mood. He's always excited about stuff. So what we got him, there's some glitter on it, but it's a sign that says, "One small positive quote can change your entire day." And it really reminded us of Mr. Alberti, so that's what we got for him. And then, okay, so for Mr. Bradley, his gift is, it's sort of an inside joke, but for anyone that marched the Immortal Beloved show, there was the part of the show where everyone kind of lined up like in the middle, like where the 50's at, and we like this across the field, and Mr. Bradley called it a snaky snake. So, for Mr. Bradley, we got him a snaky snake.
t-shirts. They're not here yet, but they should have them tomorrow. They say, I'm a band director, so let's save us some time and assume I'm never wrong. And they have their nicknames on the back, Birdman from Mr. Alberti, and B. Radley from Mr. Bradley.
And now, our end of the year slideshow. I got it as short as I could, but some of you in the back may need to move a little closer because our projector light is at the end of the year as well. Again, thank you all for being here to celebrate all of our accomplishments for this year. Make sure you continue to support us throughout the next season. Lots more good stuff to happen. Thank you again for being here.
Yeah, Bobby.
You got friends, and you got friends in me. When the road is rough ahead and your mind something to do. We stick together and see it through, 'cause you got a friend. Darling, you got a friend. Now some of the boys might be a little smarter than I am, or bigger and stronger too. Maybe, but none has ever come to love you the way I do. Oh, it's me and you, as the years go by. Our friendship will never die. You're gonna see the best day, 'cause you got baby, you got a friend. Now some boys might be a little smarter than I am, they're stronger too. Maybe none of them is ever gonna love you the way I do. But it's me and you, and as the years go by, our love will never die. You're gonna see, it's a you got friends, baby, you got friends. Oh, friends. I need you got friends, my darling, you got a friend.
Blue Steel.
Afraid to let go, to understand this day. And as far as we know, we're waiting for the time. The moment just another perfect mistake. Another bridge to take all the way to say goodbye, so just when words are warming up, keep away the cold. Oh no, say goodbye, it's not real story again. I know you can't be mine, not the way you've always been. As long as we got time, and say goodbye. Oh no, say goodbye.